It is all in order to come close and connect to that very one force where we all as one and He are uniting into one. And Baal HaSulam writes about that in the same known famous article. There is none else but Him. It is written, there is none else but Him. Meaning, what does it mean there's none else but Him? That there is no other force in the world that has the ability to do anything against the Creator. And what man sees, that there are things in the world that deny the higher household. The reason it is done deliberately, for a very special reason. That this is how this one force wanted to show itself to us. That there is He and against Him, and the opposite. That specifically, by that we are given room to reach, to achieve self-control, to raise ourselves by overcoming the confusions against that one force, and constantly are trying to locate only it before us. This is our work. In that work, we are incapable of doing anything by ourselves, because we don't know how to locate that one force in many events throughout our life. Where should we aim ourselves? Just to say, this is greater, and that's greater, 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 well, it doesn't help anyone. Therefore, we were given the group, whereby if we are bringing ourselves together, between us we can find that force. There's none else but Him, the One. Whereby intentionally it dispersed the same creature it created into many pieces for them to connect, reconnect into one thought, one desire, and then what they will do, through what they'll do, will discover that unique force that doesn't exist, rather only in the unification they are due to produce, in the coupling, zivug, with them together. It's not that we are uniting and then we discover someone outside of us. By us uniting, we are discovering ourselves and Him together. There's no light without a kli. There's no creator without a creature. Precisely to the extent we are connecting, the more we discover the Creator within our connection. Meaning, our bond in itself is the Creator. Because in itself there was such connection before, and we have spread among us and become as we are. Therefore, when connecting, we are building the Creator. Therefore, we are making the Creator. Therefore, it is called Boré. Bo-Ure, come and see. And there is no other place where we can build it, locate it, connect with it, coming to adhesion with it. Rather only within that connection among us in the group. The whole of humanity will have to unite like that. And until then, while we have not reached it yet, the same one force that works, that operates within us, awaken us through all kind of confusions and develop us in all kind of ways for us to have to connect. We'll have to adhere between us along with Him. And the degree, the measure of connection between us, to the extent we are tied together, it is the ladder of the spiritual degrees. That is the ladder of the worlds. We are connecting to the smallest degree. We are overcoming Aviut the Shoresh, our Aviut the Shoresh. Then we attain the Creator only as the light of Nefesh. Connecting further, we attain Him as the light of Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechida. This is how we are coming from the world. Asiya, Yitzhak, Bria, Tzilut, Adam Kadmon, and Ein Sof. No limit, no boundaries to our connection to each other. And until then, that single force work to confuse us so that we will have to connect. However, it works behind the scenes in order not to steal from us the free choice, the free actions, a search, just like we're playing with the kids. We want them themselves will wreck the brain and do all kind of actions for them to try and sweat and do something for the child to do it themselves, by itself. We know that only by doing so a child acquires wisdom and the understanding of life. And we are the same. However, kids have the great desire and urge by nature, and they're willing constantly to be in action to get the world. And we are lazy and are incapable of pressuring ourselves and put the right exertion. And we spoke about the fact that here only the external force, the force of the group, not the Creator, never the Creator, only the force of the group can do it. As it is written, one help thy friend. And until then, the Creator, the same force of unity, where we are in the center, in the world of Ein Sof, and from there we have distance, we have descended to our external world. That same source influences us for better and for worse. This is how it confuses us. As it is written, thou shalt have me for behind and before. What is Achor and Kedem, behind and before me? He writes, Achor ve'Kedem tzartani, meaning in the appearance of the Creator, because indeed only He rules, and everyone would attain that only He is the one governing. And then the term of time disappears, and then the difference between past, present and future, because if there's one force, there's nothing to change. Everything is in a complete rest, and it comes gradually to the extent that we are uniting with Him. We are not losing our control over reality. We are not becoming these zeros. We are becoming like Him. And Him and us are becoming as one. Adults dominating the same single force. It's not that one cancels the other, the Creator cancels the creatures, or the creatures cancel the Creator. When I advance towards Him, I come close to Him, I'm not cancelled. My ego is cancelled. However, I am becoming like the Creator and reaching adhesion with Him on an equal degree. And I discover that also prior I was under the governance of that single force. However, that single force was concealed intentionally in order for me to acquire that force by myself, for me to wake up, raise as individual and as independent. And to the extent that I become independent and adult, he become as a partner for me, and we are hugging and growing. So every time I acquire independence over my ego in connection with a group, as I build myself in such way, I discover within us the Creator, and we are connecting together, adhering together. And one needs to understand that there is none else but Him. I mean, the Creator forces him to do all the good deeds, but since a person is not yet worthy of knowing that the Creator obligates him, therefore the Creator clothes himself in clothings of other people, as if they exist around the person, by which the Creator performs those actions over that person. And it seems to us that around us are many people that influence us in many manners, and we have to react towards them, respond to them. And should we? And that's only in the group, not in the outer world, not in the external world. If we begin to treat everyone as the presence of the Creator, to the manifestation of the Creator in respect to us, we begin to study, to learn how to come to know Him. Means a person see people's face, however, you have to believe that behind people's faces stands the Creator and perform those actions.